The year is 2014. People wear flower crowns unironically. I upload regularly, and this is a favorites video. There was like a joke in my head, but I did not fully execute it. I have this new thing where when I film videos, I get incredibly anxious. I don't know what it is. It's something about sit down videos. I feel like I am trying to be like old me or like other me, like I'm competing with myself, which people say like, oh, the only person you should ever compete with is yourself. I don't want to compete with myself because myself is ruthless and I am not my biggest fan. It just gets to be like so toxic. I am trying to live up to me. I don't know if that makes any sense. That seamlessly leads into the sponsor for today's video, which was not intentional. I just genuinely am feeling so anxious, and my anxiety brain was like, Megan, you have to tell them because they're going to be able to tell that you're anxious, but they might not know that you're anxious, and they're just going to tell you that you're being weird, and all the comments you make, why is she being so weird? It's a fun time up here. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you have ever felt like something is standing between you achieving your dreams or your happiness or your goals, BetterHelp can help you find a professional, licensed counselor to tackle those things. Anxiety, depression, ADHD, all of those different things. It's hard, and finding those coping mechanisms and being able to talk to a professional has been incredibly, incredibly helpful in my own personal life. BetterHelp will assess your needs, and then they will match you with your own licensed professional therapist, and from there you can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional counseling done securely online. There is a super broad range of expertise with all of the BetterHelp counselors. They have over 15,000 counselors, so if you are searching for something in particular that you might not have locally in your area, this is a great way to get that really customized, really specific to you and your needs. And because mental health knows no borders, it is available worldwide. You can log into your account at any time and send a message to your counselor. And then on top of that, you can also schedule weekly phone or video sessions. Because it's virtual, you know what that means? That means you don't have to sit in the waiting room of your therapist's office and just like leaf through magazines from 15 years ago and like Brangelina. BetterHelp is committed to finding great therapeutic matches, so you can change your counselor at any time for no additional charge. This is something that I had to learn when I started therapy. It was like, oh wow, it's like dating. You have to find a therapist that really meshes with you. And I used to think that therapy wasn't for me. And it was like, oh no, that therapist wasn't for me. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid options are available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life, so go to betterhelp.com/Rienks to join the over 1 million people who are taking charge of their mental health. And BetterHelp has been so generous to give a special offer for my viewers. You can get 10% off your first month by going to betterhelp.com/Rienks. So thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. On to my favorites. This is fitting. I guess I should start with what I'm holding. Megan, in your last favorites video, didn't you also show a absolutely giant water bottle? Yes. I don't know if you have kept up with my vlogs, but it started to smell like Splash Mountain. I tried everything, and the only thing I didn't try was putting bleach in it, and that's where I drew the line. I was like, I can't drink something after bleach has been put in it. Is that probably wrong scientifically? Yeah. I didn't say there was logic behind my thought process. This is 128 ounces. It has a straw, but it also, you can remove the straw, which is great. For that reason. I find when I exclusively drink out of a straw, TMI, is it TMI here? Probably not. I get so gassy. I'm either burping or even worse, those gas pains when you really have to fart. I hate that. Then usually once I get down to like halfway, take the straw out and we're good. I love it. We're trying to stay hydrated. Forgetting to drink water is one of the things that, I mean, I forget to do everything, but forgetting to drink water is a common one for me. If you have noticed, my skin has kind of been pretty good recently. When my face is good, it means, I don't know if you can see, my legs are horrendous. We're not gonna talk about that. I did a video with Hero Cosmetics a couple months ago. I've been a huge fan of them forever. Like, you know that those are the pimple patches I stand for, but they released their skincare, and I did a video about this. This is not in partnership with them at all. I just love these. Toner and then the face wash, but like the toner specifically, this has been one of my favorite things to add into my skincare routine, and paired along with like my active treatments at night, this hydrates my skin so nicely. Makeup lays on top of it really nicely, and I just love it. You can tell like how much it's gone. It's like the same with both. And the moisturizer I've already just finished. My other skincare favorite is from CosRx, and this is their hyaluronic acid intensive cream. This is a moisturizer that I love. Hyaluronic acid is one of my favorite skincare ingredients because it's a humectant, but because I live in a very dry climate, I have to apply it to my skin wet, and then I basically use this as like a base moisturizer. I also just did my like nighttime skincare routine on IGTV, so I will link that if you want to check it out. But I will use a little bit of this and then another moisturizer on top. And if you have dry skin, oh, it's like double moisture and just makes your skin glow. Now that I'm back in LA, I've been wearing makeup a little bit more. This foundation I love. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation plus skincare. It just looks really nice and really natural. It has kind of like a serum-y consistency. It's really buildable. It's not heavy. And I just like how it looks and wears throughout the day on my face. This is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. It's just a liquid highlighter, but it's a little less sparkly and really just more glowy. Mine's in shade 2, which is light Claire. Is Claire light in French? Maybe? I don't know. I really like it. I'm wearing it today and I think it just like has a nice glow to your face. My next favorite is the Lifter Lip Gloss by Maybelline. I'm obsessed with this. First of all, it smells like coconuts. This is in the shade O2 Ice. I'm pretty sure this is also, yeah, it's a hyaluronic infused lip gloss. I think this is a really good dupe for the Fenty lip glosses, like the texture. It's so nice, super hydrating. It doesn't make my lips get those like weird like things. You know what I'm talking about? Like the strings. I really like it. I like how it like wears on my lips. It's really comfortable and very, very pretty. My last makeup favorite is a cream blush stick. And this is by One of One by my friend Liza Koshy. This I love. She sent me a PR package. I'm obsessed with this. I'm wearing it today. I put it on my cheeks and lips. I just love it. It's this really pretty peachy coral color and it's just gorgeous. Like it's a gorgeous cream blush. It wears really nicely. This has a really great like dewiness to it with this really pretty skin-like finish, but it's not glittery or chunky or anything like that, and it's just beautiful. And no, I am not biased at all. Should we talk about food? Because I'm realizing I took things out of the refrigerator hours ago as I was trying to start filming this, and it took me all of this time to actually start. Yes, just a girl sitting in front of you holding a jar of pasta sauce. I'm the last person in the entire world to get on the Rhodes train. This is the tomato basil one. It's not my favorite. My favorite is the marinara. Oh my God, it's amazing. We ate this so much in Colorado. We have a gluten-free pasta that we would use and then just this pasta sauce, and it's so good. Like you could blindfold me and I could be like, Rhodes or not Rhodes, I could tell you. I just love it. This is empty, but yes, I did keep the bag to show you. I have finally discovered Siete. They are grain-free tortilla chips. They are made with cassava flour. I tried the plain ones, the lime ones, the fuego ones, nacho, ranch. My two favorite are nacho and ranch, and then I also love the lime for guacamole and all of that stuff. Corn is really, really rough on my stomach. Like years and years and years ago when I had my endoscopy and I also had like all of my like topical allergy tests, corn was something that was like highly flagged as something that was not great for my body. I love popcorn, so I will eat popcorn maybe once a week. I pay the price and the consequence, but because of that, I avoid every other form of corn because I am already putting my body through pain with popcorn. And this is so good. I've never had a Dorito. I know, shocker. I feel like this would taste like a Dorito. Mott's agreed. They're just delicious. Like they're so, 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 so good. And if you ever see on the back, look at that little family. They're the Garza family, and they began exercising together and adopting a grain-free diet to support Veronica, their sister, who was diagnosed with multiple health conditions. I just love it. There's a lot of food favorites in this, okay? This is the extremely dark chocolate bar from Lily's. They're a stevia sweetened chocolate. I don't have an extreme like sweet tooth, but I would say in the last probably 6 months, right around the time that I am going to get my period, I do start craving something a little bit sweeter, not too sweet, which is why it's the extremely dark. It's 85%. And I just put this in the freezer, break off a small little piece of it, and it's just delicious and great. And my last food favorite, Nando's hot sauce. I just love it. Nando's was our favorite when we were traveling to the UK. We ate there so much. I love chicken. I mean, my nickname is chicken. I have it engraved on a necklace. You know me and rotisserie chickens. This is the garlic medium. I really stick to the mediums because my stomach doesn't necessarily love anything super, super hot, but It's so good. Like right before we left for Colorado, I got this new lens for my vlog camera, which is a Canon M50. This is a Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens with like the filter on it. I love this. This has like taken my vlog footage from, I don't know, just like a traditional like dinky vlog camera to something that looks a lot more like cinematic and more like my DSLR. So if you were curious what camera I was using for my Colorado vlogs, 99% of the time, it was this one. My next favorite is this electronic back massager. Every time I use it, it makes my eyes roll in the back of my head. And as somebody who is craving human touch, but more specifically, craving someone to get the knots out of my back that I've had from just sitting and staring slumped over a computer for the last year, this is incredible. My next favorite is my pillow. I don't know if I've shown this before. It's branded as supposed to like help you with wrinkles because it has these like two, see like your head goes here, and it has these like two things on this side. I would take this off, but I got a bloody nose on the actual pillow, so I don't want to show you that. But I am a side sleeper, which really screws up my neck and my shoulders. So I'm trying really hard and have been for the last like year or so to convert myself to being a back sleeper. I would say I'm probably a back sleeper for like 60 to 70% of the time, which is better than what it used to be, which was 0. And this pillow has just really helped because it like supports my head and my neck. And you know, if you're trying to become a back sleeper, we talked about a pillow for your head. Now, what about a pillow for your butt? This is my seat cushion I got for my new podcast room. Meghan, it's not a new podcast room. You usually have a desk in there and that's where you happen to record the podcast because you're not leaving your house. You are correct. This is incredibly comfortable. If you have not gotten one of these and you're working from home, I highly encourage you to. Those like really nice desk chairs, if you can afford those or like that's like a priority for you, it's like $5,000, $2,000, just really, really, really expensive. I'm not gonna do that. Also, I think they're very ugly. So this was a really great compromise because it helps cushion my tuchus. It does give me a little bit of flashbacks though to 6th grade. Broke my tailbone within like the first 2 weeks and had to carry around a donut-shaped pillow to every single class to sit on for all of middle school. It's incredibly embarrassing. It's a little chunk of my tailbone just floating around my body. I have 3 TV show favorites. The first one is Lupin, or also if you want to be American, Lupin. It's a Netflix France show, but they have it dubbed over. They also have subtitles. I don't know if it's the fact that I desperately need glasses and I can't see, but it took me like 3 episodes to finally figure out that it was dubbed over and those weren't their actual voices. I am a huge fan of the steal the money genre, which is like the Ocean's movies, anything where you're rooting for people to like, it's like the Robin Hood where you're like, yeah, steal the money from the rich people, like woohoo. It's kind of like a procedural steal the money movie and I just love it. The main actor is like so great in it. The whole show, I love. There's only 1 season. It's really short, but apparently season 2 is coming pretty soon, but Mats and I were obsessed. Then because Lupin starts with an L and we were on Netflix, the next thing that was served up to us was Luther with Idris Elba. I loved it. It's like British Criminal Minds, but because it's British, it's so much scarier, just in the sense that like, you know, the American, like you did a side-by-side Criminal Minds with like the cameras panning and like there's the music coming up and you're like da 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 da, and the British one is just like a straight shot and it's like dead quiet and you're like, oh, this is so much scarier, but it's so good. He's like a detective. It's one of those shows. So if you have finished Criminal Minds or you're really into those like crime kind of shows, I think you would love it. So many twists and turns, and it's also just like a fantastic cast. My last TV favorite is, I'm pretty sure what everybody has been talking about, which is Wanda Vision. I loved it. I love Marvel, but I will be honest, Scarlet Witch has like never been my favorite. And so I was kind of skeptical when it came to the TV show. Creatively, it's insane. And like it's so, like something that's never been done before in a genre that has been done again. Like how many movies are the MCU? Like it's so good. I loved it. I wish we had like hundreds of thousands of more seasons. And Catherine Hahn is like, I just love her. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know what movies I have been watching lately, and that is all of the movies in the MCU. At the beginning of quarantine, Mats and I watched almost all of them in order of like release date. We skipped a couple that we weren't that interested in, but this time around, and I feel like it's kind of like weirdly symbolic because like fingers crossed we're like coming off the end of this like total like lockdown kind of thing, that we're now watching them in chronological order. Disney Plus has all of those like laid out. The only thing they don't have is Spider-Man, so you have to like go online and find where Spider-Man fits into all of those different things. But we are currently at, Thor Ragnarok, which is like one of my favorites. I know we're not done with them in chronological order. I've seen all of them like so many times, but I do think this is my favorite way to watch them now that that we've done this. If you've ever like wanted to get into the MCU, hey, there is so much content and I stand by it. Captain America is definitely a virgin. I feel like preemptively I should say that my favorite album has been the Taylor Swift re-recording of Fearless, though it doesn't come out for another like 7 hours. I feel like I can confidently say that. But I also have a Spotify playlist. I've got a couple that I'll list, but my favorite one is just called Listen to Music, You Loser. And it's really cool because I've actually discovered artists from there and then post them on my Instagram story and then have had the artist reach out and be like, oh my God, I watched your videos, or like, I watch your videos now, or I watched your videos growing up, this is crazy. So it's been really cool and I try to support a lot of like young female artists. Naturally, Taylor Swift is in there as well. I don't know if I have like a YouTube favorite. I have a favorite cancellation. On that note, that is it for this video. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring. I'm gonna have everything I talked about listed down below. Also have my socials if you would like to follow me on there. If you want to keep up with me rewatching all of the MC movies in order, my Instagram is where I am doing all of that. I did this in my last favorites video and I asked you all to leave comments down below with things that are bringing you serotonin or making you happy. That was like a highlight of my week when I did that, being able to read all the responses. I would just love if we could do that again. Comment down below whether it's like products or food, TV shows, movies, people, inanimate objects that have been bringing you serotonin and making you happy. I need a pedicure so badly. My feet are purple all the time. Yes, I do have Raynaud's. Grody, grody. I will see you next time. Goodbye. My thighs are schwitzing.